Bridgerton on Netflix is back, and I am reviewing it episode by episode. I know a lot of people review the whole season at once, but I'm not doing that because I want to take my time and really watch the show. And so I'm going to do a review after each episode. I may do an upload every day, every other day. I don't know. So be sure to subscribe so you get the alerts when I upload the next update. And hopefully you'll watch along with me, or if you've already watched the series, you can kind of rewatch it together with me. So let's talk about it. So first of all, we find out that Simon is not going to be on this year. And let me tell you, I was like really disappointed in the beginning because Simon and Daphne, they bought the heat last year. I don't know. That was like a little X-rated series on Netflix. I was loving it though. They was bringing some heat. So I was a little concerned about whether or not I was going to like this season and could it stand up. But I'm going to tell you, for episode 1, I really did enjoy it, y'all. I really did enjoy it. Colin and the Bridgerton family, he's still gone. We found out that Penelope at the end is really Miss Whistledown, and she's still in love with Colin. She's still writing him letters. He's off in Greece, and I think they even said he's gone to Albania, so he probably not even going to be on the show this season. But Penelope is still in love with him because she's still writing him letters every single day. I had really wanted these two to get together last year, so I don't know. They haven't written him off completely, but it would be nice if they brought him back one day and then they get together and they fall in love and they get married. That would be a really nice fairy tale. So we started to see a little bit of the inner workings of how Penelope has been keeping it a secret that she's Miss Whistledown, and she shows all the people that have been helping her. She shows her little schemes, how she dips out, how she goes to the printer in the middle of the night and all that. So we're kind of seeing how she's been working in the background. It's interesting because last season, you know who I thought was Miss Whistledown? I thought it was Lady Danbury. I really thought Lady Danbury was Miss Whistledown. So this year, I guess it's going to be about the queen has to pick a new diamond. You know, like last year, Daphne was the diamond. She was the it girl. So now the queen is going to have to pick a new it girl, a new diamond for this new dance season, this new ball season. So it ends up being that this is Eloise's coming out season. And I don't know, y'all, I know a lot of people like Eloise, but you know what? I hope I don't have to listen to a whole season of Eloise complaining and whining. I mean, she whines a lot. We get it, girl. You don't like no ball gowns. You think it's trivial and all this. But I'm telling you, she is constantly in whining mode. That part is really starting to get on my nerves about Eloise. We had to sit through it all last season. And this season is starting off the same, her huffing and puffing because she got to put this dress on because she's so above it. She's so intellectual. And this is just for, you know, brainless women. I get it. I get it. I get it. But I really wish they could show another side of her because right now this whining is starting to get on my nerves. And another thing about Eloise, you know what? She really is a bad friend because you got Penelope going through all this stuff. Penelope's father died. They over there broke as I don't know what. They barely can afford any meat. They already talking about eating potatoes. And all Eloise complains about is how she got to wear a dress, how she got to go to Paul. I mean, this is the epitome of privilege. She's starting to be a bad friend. The fact that she don't even know her own best friend supposedly is Miss Whistledown is another thing. Because when Eloise is with Penelope, all she does is talk. She doesn't ask any questions of Penelope of her life. All she talks and does is give her opinion. I don't like Miss Whistledown. I don't like this dress. I don't like this high society. I don't like. It is starting to get on my nerve. And she really is, to me, is starting to feel like a bad friend to Penelope. Because Penelope's family, the Feathertons, they've been in a bad spot. They broke, they ain't got no money. They don't have no money for the dowries for Philippa. They can't pay the dowry. So she can't even get married to Finch because they can't even afford to pay the dowry for the Finches. So here you are, Eloise complaining all the time, and all this trauma and drama is going on in Penelope's life, and she don't have nothing to say about it. I don't know. That's just like selfish and privilege. I don't like that part. And of course we know who she is. She definitely is from privilege. But I don't know, she could be a little bit more thoughtful. And it's interesting because she used to look down on Daphne all the time because she's basically like she's saying Daphne was shallow. But the truth of the matter is Daphne had a really sweet soul. She cared about a lot of people. But Eloise, I don't know, when have you seen her last time you see her care about anybody but herself? So by the end of the show, though, they've been waiting on the new Lord Featherton to come. And they thought he was going to be this old man. He's supposedly the cousin of the Featherton that died. But they're waiting on him to be able to come and take care of the family and then be able to pay the dowry for Philippa so she can go off and get married to the Finch. And the Finch's parents is like, when is that dowry going to come? Because we're trying to get this boy out of our house. They're trying to marry him all. But by the end of the show, the new Mr. Featherton or Lord Featherton shows up. And lo and behold, he ain't no old, fat, ugly man. He is tall, slim, and good looking. So that's going to be interesting for the rest of the show to see what happens with him. But he comes and he takes over. He pays off the dowry. So I guess, Philippa can now go off and get married. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens with that. Because them young feminine girls, they was like eyeing at him. I don't know. Is that called incest? I mean, what is he, a second cousin, third cousin? Shoot. They like, I don't know. He sure look good. And then Anthony this year, thank God he got rid of them sideburns and that goatee. Because that was not a good look on him last year. I'm so glad they shaved that off of him. He looks really good this season. And he said he ready to find a wife this season, y'all. He said he tired of paying the prostitutes and everything. He's ready to settle down. But shoot, his expectations are through the roof. He want a woman who's darn near perfect. Like, who's going to live up to his standards? He's up here interviewing all these women, everything he wants. And Anthony loves a bad girl. He loves a little bad girl. It's like, he's not going to be able to take no prim or proper girl. She going to need to have a little edge to her. Because Anthony like a chase. He chased after Sienna in his own way, he did. But I guess he's over Sienna because he started burning stuff from her in the fireplace. So I guess she's long gone. Ain't no signs of her ever coming back. He ready to move on. So when they went to the first ball, his mama, Mrs. Bridgerton, announced to the whole world that, the Viscount is ready to get married. And then women started flocking over to him. And he was not happy about it. But he said he looking for perfection. His mama said to him, listen, you going to be alone. He said, you going to end up alone with all these criteria. You better settle down. So one morning when the Viscount was out, he saw this woman riding on a horse, and it ended up being her name is Miss Sharma, which is Miss Kate Sharma. So the new Sharma family, they the new family in town. So it's the mother Mary, it's Kate Sharma, and then it's the younger daughter who's Edwina. And they really got a real interesting story. Now, supposedly back in the day, the mother was the diamond. Back in the day, the queen called her the diamond. She was the it girl. But she didn't end up marrying no rich man, no high society man. She ended up marrying like a commoner, like he was a clerk. And she ran off and got married to him. And her mother and father, who were called the Sheffields, they was angry and hotter than fish grease because, basically it was like, you the diamond and then you married this little commoner. So they ended up basically getting chased out of London and had to move away. And the father ended up having, the man she married, he already had a daughter. And that's who Kate ended up being. So Kate is the older daughter. So although the mother, who was married, kind of took Kate in, for the most part, she didn't birth Kate. Kate is really the daughter of the father. So you have the mother, Miss Mary, you have Kate, who's more like the adopted daughter because the father died, and you have Edwina, which is the birth daughter. So Kate took on this role in the family where she was going to help plan her little sister to get ready for, coming out and all this. The whole thing is to get the little sister married, because the story goes the Sheffields were so angry at the mother that now this has become the opportunity for the mother, Mary, and the whole family to redeem themselves. If they can get Edwina to marry a high Englishman, a high society, that's going to bring back favor and prestige back to the family. So that becomes Kate's whole goal, is to get Edwina married to this high society guy. But Kate is a trip. She says she like an old maid. Back in the day, she's 26 and not married. That would be considered an old maid back then. But she kind of a free spirit. She does her own thing. She's brash, she's bold, she's out going out all by herself on horses, and she ends up running into Anthony. And, Kate got a little slick mouth, so she and Anthony are sort of bantering back and forth, and Anthony was turned on because he loved a bad girl. Like I said, he loves a bad girl. You talk back to him, it makes him want you more. The more you talk back to him, the more he wants you. The more you resist him, the more he wants you. And Kate trying to play all cool like she don't like him, but we can already tell she like him because she's so busy sneaking around, looking behind bushes. Anytime Anthony's talking to his friends or he's somewhere, she lurking behind the bushes trying to listen to his conversation, sneak an eye and do all these other kind of things. She trying to pretend like she don't like him, but that's that high school stuff. We try to pretend like you don't like somebody, but you really do. That's Kate. Kate really likes Anthony. She tries to act like she's all repulsed and disgusted by it, but yet every time you turn around, she's running up behind him. So then at this ball, the queen finally decides that Edwina is going to be the diamond. So Edwina becomes the diamond. And so, since Anthony is the Viscount, he's the most eligible bachelor. And he had said, he was going to marry the diamond. He says the diamond was who he was going to marry. So next thing you know, the queen appoints Edwina the diamond. So he goes over to her. He says, okay, can I have this dance? He starts dancing with Edwina. He's impressed because, that girl knows her business because Kate schooled her. Kate has got her well prepared. And he's dancing everything with Edwina. He's impressed with her knowledge and her answers and everything. And then all of a sudden she says, well, you would have to, my father has passed away, but you would have to get to know my sister and get her blessing. So next thing you know, Kate walks over and Anthony is like, oh my God, this is your sister. He's like astonished. And so when Kate finds Edwina dancing with Anthony, she pulls Edwina away and says, you are never to talk to that man again. She act like she protecting Edwina. Girl, I already see through her. You ain't protecting Edwina. You think you're protecting Edwina, but you already know you like Anthony. It's heating up, y'all. That's how the episode ended. So I'm going to watch episode 2 and do a review. So make sure you subscribe so you get the alert. And don't forget to drop down in the comments and tell me what you think about this episode. Talk to you later. Bye.